What's up, guys? This is Marie, and welcome to the third episode of the FOTWY podcast. I'm here with
Jonathan
and Naomi, and today's podcast is about the mental health battle. So, mental health. It's a very sensitive subject for many people. It's one of the aspects of health most people don't really focus on, you know?
Yeah.
There's the three aspects of health. There's like physical health, there's the
social
health, and then there's the mental emotional health.
Yeah.
And I feel like mental emotional health, even though it's definitely been like more talked about recently, like especially recently because, you know, the pandemic and whatever.
And all that,
I feel like sometimes there's still some stigmas and like things that people still don't talk about when it comes to mental health, especially like in the church. And when I say in the church, I don't mean like our church. I mean like churches in general, Christianity in general. Like sometimes, you know, mental health is rather like, let's skip over that and let's talk about how you need to be saved to go to heaven. But like,
and I think people tend to like skip. Like if we're talking about like trying to go to heaven and all that, people sometimes try to skip the mental health state in order for you to like try to get up to heaven. Because in order for you to go up to heaven, you have to have the perfect state of mind.
Not perfect.
Well, not perfect, but like the good state of mind. And then the mind that, you know, I love Christ and I want to be with him for the rest of my life. You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
people tend to like skip that, and you know, I think we should pay more attention to mental health.
I think people also skip the part where mental health can really damage your relationship with God.
God, yeah, definitely.
Ooh, like let's talk about our experience with mental health first of all. How mental health really damaged my relationship with God, right?
Yeah.
So like last year during the pandemic, which I'm sure is, I think probably my worst time with my mental health. Like my mental health was an all-time low. So like in the like summertime, you know, beginning of school time, I was pretty good. Shoot, I was reading my Bible every day. I was up in the morning.
Yeah.
I was feeling good. I was taking care of myself. All of that. October.
November.
No.
November.
End of September, October. Woo. I went downhill.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I want to say, I decided that I was not going to do homework like for like a few days, right? I was like, well, I can turn in late assignments. I can take a break right now. After that, I don't think I barely turned in homework after that.
Yeah.
I think that's probably where my first signs were showing, I guess you could say. Like me just not feeling up to it to do anything that I wanted to do. Even though I wanted to do it.
I was at that state too.
Yeah.
You know?
Even though I didn't want to do it, I was still like, I'm not going to do it. And then it started turning into, dang, I don't want to get up to school in the morning. Dang, I'm going to wake up at 6:59 and log in at 7 a.m.
You want to know what's so funny? I relate. I had that same thing. You know, there was this time where I didn't want to get up from my bed at all. And I didn't want to clean my room. Because I remember my room was like messy. Like everything was a mess, you know? And there was a time where I didn't want to do like anything at all. You know, so I could relate to you when you say that. Welcome back, Chima. It's nice to have you part of this podcast today. We have Chima in the building right now.
Thank you.
We're pretty much just talking about how we gone through mental health. I'm talking about how my experience of me being drained out during mental health. And, you know, not wanting to do anything and, like, get out of my bed, you feel me? So we're just pretty much trying to talk about our experiences. Me and Marie, you know, have that same experience. Have you ever had that same experience?
Like, since, like, 2020 and the whole COVID out.
Yeah.
Yeah, online school started it. And so everyone really was, like, pushed into this situation where they just stayed in bed and waited until class started.
Like you didn't want to do anything at all.
Exactly. When you start to move less, you become more lethargic, you know, and you don't feel like doing anything. So I think that's something that everyone like really struggled with doing, unless you had like soccer or you had extracurricular activities that you could still keep on doing. So I think that globally or nationwide at least, that's something that a lot of people have experienced now.
Yeah,
so
I've experienced it a lot, you know, even especially last year.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would say that, well, last year, yeah, but like I wouldn't really blame it on the pandemic of how my mental health was. I would say that like I feel like it was mainly school and like having to keep up with your social life, but also having to keep up with like your schoolwork.
Yeah.
And I feel like I got really stressed like last year, and I feel like I still am stressed. Like I feel like when it was happening last year, and because we're online and like having to like think about, oh, when we go back to school, like what am I gonna do at school? Like, cause like I didn't really have like very like I didn't have that many like friends that I really talked to last year, cause like online and like in I feel like that really affected me, but I'd say it got better this year because like
Yeah,
I was able
'cause
to.
you were able to meet other people.
Yeah.
And then socialize with other people.
Yeah, I think many people can really agree with that. Just in general, like ignoring the pandemic, school is just really hard to keep up with, especially when you want to, like, you want to have a social life, but you also need to do school. So it's hard to balance that out, and that's a major like cause of stress and
And I
Stress
think
and
my
mental
problem
health.
is like I want to do school sometimes. Like actually, I want to be like that student that like even before the due date, I have the assignment done type of person.
Yeah.
But the problem is school. I want school. School don't want me, bro. Let me just say.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Okay. Well,
So true.
like, I am so done with school. Like last year, it messed me up in my school cycle. Like from kindergarten to ninth grade, I was always like that top student. You know, I was
Yeah.
teacher's pet. I was straight O student. And then last year, things went downhill. And I try to pick myself up again this year.
Yeah.
And even though it's been hard, it's definitely better than the way I ended school last year. You know what I mean? Last year, I ended school with scary grades. We don't talk about, okay? When I say scary, I mean like scary
Yeah.
grades, right?
Dang.
But like this year, straight A's and a B.
Yes,
And
sir.
so I am proud of myself. I thank God that He helped me,
Amen
right?
to that.
This quarter, we'll see.
Yeah. Amen to
We'll
that.
see.
Yeah.
And like, I think I can say for all of us when I say that mental health, bruh, if your mental health is not good, you really not gonna do good in life.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
say
true.
something about
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
pandemic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it last year? 2020?
2020,
last
yeah.
year.
No, it's 2 years ago.
No, hold on. Like exactly last year. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was completely bad because I did things that helped increase my mental health. Like reading my Bible, going outside, taking walks. So I wouldn't entirely say it was bad, even though I didn't get to interact with people. I didn't get to do the stuff that I wanted to do on a daily basis, and there was restrictions also. I still did things that I get to do. I got closer to God that year. I was able to, talk to my friends through like Zoom, even though it's probably different, but I still get to communicate. And I've improved myself in many, many ways. So people can say that mental health during the pandemic and, isolation can be bad and good, So I wouldn't entirely blame it on...
And I think what you said there was actually pretty good. You said you did things that help increase your mental health.
Yeah.
And I think what I realized, right, is that during the summer, I was happy, I was good because I was reading my Bible,
Yeah,
because
that's
I was praying every morning, because I was listening to my gospel and church music. And when I stopped doing that, I fell down the mountain
'cause you wanna
in
know
the
what I just
valley
realized?
at the bottom of the ocean
You
type
wanna,
of.
You want to know what I just realized?
Yeah.
You notice how Marie said that without all them Christian music,
Yeah.
all that stuff, she went downhill, right?
Yeah.
But when she read her Bible, she got closer with God. What do you think is making us have our mental illness? I mean, not mental illness, mental health increase. It's God.
Period.
Exactly. It's God. I mean, we just, once you have a closer relationship with God and once you know God, that you know God and you follow Christ in his ways, trust me, your mental health is going to be way off this roof. Because trust me, I I was really happy when I read the 4 Gospels during the summer, and then I was like having whole different types of emotions.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and that have increased my mental health in a major way. God is our light,
Our joy.
our joy,
Yep,
our
yeah.
happiness.
Yeah.
And if people don't realize that, it's not your mental health is not gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
We've realized that, and our mental health increased. You know, so God is our light, and once we get to that light, trust me, there's gonna be a whole lot of happiness and joy that we're gonna enjoy.
And that's not to say like that without God you can't be happy. Because there's a difference between happiness and joy.
That's true.
That's why the Bible promises us joy and not happiness. Happiness is temporary and joy is forever.
Forever.
Yes.
So technically you can be happy without God, but can you be joyful without God? Because happiness, shoot, I could get a car and I'd be
Yeah.
happy. Once that car breaks down, what am I be mad?
Man, exactly.
So
Happiness happens
Yeah.
in like what? In 2 seconds, right? Joy can happen in the
joy is forever.
forever.
Everlasting.
Everlasting.
That's why
Trust me.
that's why the Bible calls God our joy, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, in that sense, that's why people usually describe being a Christian as difficult but fun, because you have to obey all these laws and you hold yourself up to such high standards as a Christian. But it's fun in the sense that, as you guys said, he promises joy, and that you, as you said, your mental health increases, and every aspect of your life is just more bright when you have
Exactly.
God in it. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And like, do you want to say something?
I would say that like last year when like, or just anybody in general, when you're like going through stuff mentally and then like you're a Christian but like you know that you haven't been praying, you haven't been reading your Bible, you haven't been doing any of that stuff, and then like you just like one day and you're like, oh, let me just read my Bible, let me just pray, and then you're like, oh, the next day my mental health didn't get better at all, it like it's still the same, and then you're like, God, if I prayed last night, if I read your Bible the Bible last night, like why didn't I feel better the next morning? And then like people like start to like not believe that God is like, you know, your joy and everything, because like why didn't he help you at that time?
Yeah. So let me ask this. Curious question. Whenever you guys read your Bible or listen to gospel music or anything that's like Christian related or God related, do you guys just like smile and like feel happy after that?
Actually, I mean, I feel like it depends on what exactly I'm reading, because the Bible, it has so much, things in it,
promises.
like so much different stories, and they're all relating to different things.
Yeah.
So like, it truly just depends on what I'm reading.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go back to what Naomi said, that God, you can't treat God like he's some magic,
Yeah,
amulet,
magic
like he's
fairy.
Excalibur or something.
Like,
Yeah,
poof, you
yeah.
heal.
You get it.
You have to, yeah, exactly. You have to, when you're praying and you're reading the Bible, you have to be immersed in it. You have to believe that God, you have to have faith in him. You have to
Yeah.
believe that what he's doing is true.
Things
So-
take time, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You have to
Yeah.
be persistent. There's no way you can just read the Bible and be like, oh, I'm going to be happy next day. You don't read the Bible to be happy. You read the Bible to have time with God,
Be more
So,
knowledgeable and
yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Now, I'm not going to lie, though. When music is my thing. Like,
Yeah.
since 8th grade, especially since I cut out a lot of secular music, right? Like, these days, if I hear secular music, it's probably because it's, like, from somewhere else. But, like, when myself, like, I open Spotify and I play one of my playlists, bro, I am hyped. Like,
It's
you
true.
gotta promote
It's
your
true.
podcast
It makes
out.
me-
You gotta promote your music out there.
Yeah, don't worry. One day when we do the music episode,
Oh,
shoot, I have
shoot.
songs for days, hundreds of songs to play.
You gotta stay
Artists,
tuned for that.
I'll be the plug. I have the aux.
I literally had to beg her during the pandemic to send me her playlist. Like, Marie, you gotta send me this, and then like she always pushed me to find your own music.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, she. You just gotta find ways to, increase your mental health, There's many ways you can do. You can do stuff that generally makes you happy, or you find joy in, no matter on what you believe. We believe that, having a relationship with Christ, and we believe in one God and one God only. But whatever you believe in, find things that you find joy in, because if you find joy in that, you're gonna no matter what, your mental health is gonna increase no matter what.
Even if you do it little by little.
Exactly.
Because like I know,
Yeah.
like your mental health, it really like stops you from doing the things that you want to do, right? And like if today you just say, today I'm just gonna like read one verse today.
Exactly.
God is so proud of you because He knows that it's been hard for you. He's watching you. He knows. He sees it, and He's like, you know what? I see that you tried today. Yeah. Like, because I feel like sometimes when I didn't read my Bible, I felt like guilty. Like, dang, He's not proud of me to like. He's not gonna even want to hear me or talk to me or anything because I ain't did nothing for the past week, right? But like when He sees you trying, that's where it's at. Like He knows you're trying.
There's different thought process in everything you do.
Yeah.
If you're just reading the Bible just to like read the Bible, that doesn't change anything. But if you really have a general like passion in what you want to do, even if you're not available to like read a verse, but you are pushing through to try to like read that verse.
Yeah.
God sees that. God knows your thoughts,
Yeah.
and He will be greatly happy for you that you tried everything to try to read that one verse that you wanted to read.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, I'd like to use like what you guys said, that God knows exactly what our thoughts are, what we're going to do, what we have done.
Yeah.
So though it is true that you should be trying your hardest to get closer to God, God realizes how tough it is for you. So even if you're not, that doesn't mean you've lost the opportunity to get closer to God. You can still do that even if you haven't read your Bible verse. God's not gonna send you to hell just because
if you don't read the Bible verse.
That's not how it works.
Like
so.
you didn't read the Bible 300 days out of 365 days, so therefore
you're going to hell.
None of that.
You won't do that to you.
He's very forgiving, very gracious,
Yep.
He loves you. You're God's creation. Genesis 1:26.
Yes.
He created you in His own likeness. So
Okay, with the Bible verse, I see you.
I gotta give him a little knowledge. You feel me?
I'd also say that God is very compassionate, and if you're dealing with something, He knows what you're going through, and He's always there every step of the way to like help you get better.
Yeah.
Every step of the way. Every step you take, He's always there with you.
And like, dang, like some people forget that sometimes. Like, I know it's hard when you're going through hard things and things are not changing, right? But I feel like eventually everything changes. Like eventually you're gonna get out of whatever you're going through. Eventually you're going to break through that one thing that was just like it was holding you back. One day you're gonna like break the chains and be like, yeah, I'm free. I'm here now. And like, because God is that type of person. It says in the Bible, break every chain, God will break your chains.
Amen.
God causes dry bones to rise up again.
Amen.
God can do literally
God can do
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool, isn't it? Like God can do anything.
Anything. Well, He won't give you like
money. Don't
let me
go.
say-
God,
let
please
me
give me
use
money,
this.
and
Let
then
me
He gives
say
me
this.
money. Yeah.
Let's just say you say you want money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just say God gives you sticks and like the resources to try to build you up to the money.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like give you money like poof like a genie and all that. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna build you up to your blessings.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna give you the blessings right then and there. You know? He's gonna build you up, and that's gonna give you.
Because that's how you lose it.
Exactly.
If you just get money and you don't know how to
how to
keep the money,
how to carry all
the
that
money's
money.
gonna go.
It's gonna go.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's true.
He's gonna give you the resources to be able to know how to carry all that money.
So back to mental health. Mm-hmm. If you want God to help you, you have to listen to how God is trying to help you.
Exactly.
He's going to show you, if you do this, this, and this, this can help you to come back to where you want to be where you want to be. But some people lack discernment, right? So I know some people will get like, you know how you have like an unconscious like, or not unconscious, like conscious, where you think, right? And like you just kind of hear this voice in your head like, dang, I should be doing this.
Yeah.
Maybe that is God telling you that you should be doing this
should be
so
doing
that you
that,
can
yeah.
go and be up there where you want to be, right? And that's, I feel like if people want more discernment, that's where coming and reading your Bible and praying and praising and worshiping come into place. Because now you know that the closer you are with God, the more likely you can be able to tell his voice. Because if you just hear some random person's voice in the crowd, you're never gonna know who that person is.
Exactly.
But if you kept talking to that person, I could turn around and a bunch of people will be behind me, and I can hear Jonathan's voice because I've talked to Jonathan so much for how many years we've been friends, you know?
Yeah.
So like the more time you spend with God,
you
the
will
more
be
you
able
can
to
be
hear
able to
him
hear his voice,
very well.
and the more you'll be able to help yourself basically, because God is telling you what to do to help yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't expect God to help you. You also have to help yourself.
Up. Yeah, you have to build yourself up. You have to be able to contain yourself and be able to be strong and, go up to where you want to go,
So basically, since we're on, this kind of like helping yourself, how do you guys help yourself combat when you're having mental health problems? Like, like when you're going through an anxious or depression time, how do you guys help yourself as a Christian?
All right. So the main way is to keep yourself busy. And I don't mean keep yourself stressed. I mean keep yourself busy.
Ooh.
And like
Yes.
Exactly.
Busy and stressed?
Yeah.
It's
two different things.
Yep. So like praying to God, that's keeping yourself busy. Going to church, doing things in general, like cooking. So many activities that you can do that aren't stressful, but they keep you busy. And that it's a way to like not think about what is causing your sadness. Sorry for that abrupt pause, but as I said, it's not a way. It's a way to like sort of like not think about what's causing your sadness and just bring some happiness into your life. And it's a very good method because the more you do it, the less you start thinking about what's sad, and you don't drown in your sadness, because if you keep doing that over and over again, that's when you feel like, I can't do this, I have to do that, and you just can't push yourself to do it. But when you keep yourself busy, you keep yourself happy, and then you can be more productive and stuff.
So going back to what Chima is saying, keep yourself busy but not stressed. Don't stress yourself out. Don't worry about other things. Just focus on what makes you happy. Not what makes you happy, but what brings you joy. We all know here that God brings us joy. So what do we have to focus on? We have to focus on God. Exactly. So just keep yourself busy. Not keep yourself busy, but focus on what brings you joy. Don't let anything distract you. Don't let your cell phone, your friends,
the cell phone.
Exactly. Don't
screen time.
Social media can really distract you from what brings you joy. You know. Don't let any of that distract you. You know. Focus only on that one direction that brings you joy.
For some people, social media has a chokehold on them, bro. Like,
exactly.
Like, not gonna even lie. Sometimes for me, like, screen time used to be 16 hours. Like, it was that bad. Like,
it was that bad for me too. Mine was like 17, 18.
It was getting up there, and I was like, dang. So the only time I was not on my phone was when I was sleeping, and I didn't even sleep that much, to be honest. I was like stay up worrying, and then I sleep, and I wake up early. So I was sleeping 4, 5, 6 hours. That's it. Yeah. The rest of the time I was on my phone, distracting myself. So when you guys are saying be busy, don't distract yourself just away from thinking about your problems, because that's what I used to do a lot too, right? That's why my screen time was so high, because I would just be like, well, dang, instead of crying today, let's just go on social media and laugh at people making fun of each other, you know?
I do that too.
That's what I used to be replacing my time with.
I'd say, like, I used to try to distract myself, because, like, if I kept thinking about the things that are making me stressed, I just get more stressed and more anxiety. So, like, I just distract myself by using my phone or recently I started reading books because like if I was reading them, like I wouldn't think about all those homework assignments that I had to turn in. And I'd be like, oh, it's fine. I can turn them in late. The teacher wouldn't like dock off points or anything. But,
especially with the new like grading system.
And the grading system's new here. You know, if you turn in something late, it doesn't really matter. You know.
More late points.
In my school, it goes a little different. But
really,
what does it go? How does it go?
So like it depends on the class, but usually you get like.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Some classes,
like my math teacher.
Like,
it's so irritating. I don't like that.
You don't get a grade, or like you
don't
get
take AP calculus.
AP classes, yeah.
Yeah, AP classes. Oh my God, I'm tired. Let me sleep.
It's true.
Okay.
We're getting off topic. Let's get back.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, last question for me.
All right.
Yeah. Do you think the church addresses mental health effectively? Like. Effectively, because they can mention mental health, say, "Oh yeah, God can heal you," and then that's all they say.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one thing I just hate about how.
And I see it on like social media, so I'm not even talking like specifically at church, like social media. You can see pastors say, God can heal you from your mental health. God can heal you from depression.
Okay, let me say something.
How? Exactly. They make
it.
The church that we go to is different. You know, our pastor actually addresses mental health and actually helps people through mental health.
Yeah, like pastor doesn't mind if you want to come and talk to him.
Exactly. Pastor doesn't mind that. Pastor Hezekiah used, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah. Our church is different. That's what I love about our church. Our church relates everyday things to Christianity and try to build ourselves, build up to how to heal it and how God can.
Yeah, especially like when pastors like recently preaching.
With some other churches, they don't really focus on mental health like we expect them to do.
Yeah.
They just expect God to heal it. God doesn't do it like that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you have to be able to know God. Just like Marie said, with the analogy of me and her knowing each other, you know, in order for her to hear my voice, she has to know me very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has to know my voice very well. If I say Marie, oh, that's Jonathan. That's the annoying Jonathan I've been knowing for many years. Exactly. You know, if she hears that voice, she's already gonna say, oh my God, what does he want now?
Oh no, I love you too much to go like that.
But if you're just expecting God to like help you, oh, God's gonna help me automatically, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work that way, buddy. You have to build yourself up to that, you know?
Yeah.
So I think with some churches, they really focus on mental issues, but other churches, they don't really address it, and I think other churches should really focus on that, you know?
And when they focus on it, it's backed by the Bible. Exactly. Not just them saying, oh yeah, God is going to heal you. In the Bible, nowhere does it say God is going to just do poof.
That poof.
Exactly.
Like a genie, boom. Like that. You need to build yourself up, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what churches need to focus on how you can build yourself up to mental health, you know?
And this
I keep mixing it up.
and this is based on what we see on social media. Yeah. Okay? So like I know that some people, they left the church because they did not feel like they were being, can I say, like taken care of in their church. They felt alienated in the church. And that like, I started going to therapy and people at church were talking about me, so I stopped going to church. Right? Like the stigma around going to therapy and getting help from like other people besides God is so like taboo. Taboo in the church sometimes, because some people believe, only God can help you. Well, God can use people to help you.
Exactly.
So like if you go into therapy, God can use that therapist to help you. Yeah?
I mean, sorry for taking
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Don't be like that one stubborn, Christian that's like, you don't need a therapist.
Yeah. No, that happened during the pandemic. That people were saying that, we don't need masks. God can help us through this pandemic.
That was a little different.
That's a little bit different. That's a little bit different, Johnny. But it's okay. Good idea. The wrong execution. So go ahead.
I mean, just don't be that stubborn person. Because God can always introduce someone into your life.
Exactly.
To change your life. Like, I see it every day. Even my coach in PE was like talking about how people in his life have changed his life, and they were introduced from God. So, yeah. Sorry for another abrupt pause. But yeah, God can always change your life.
Yeah.
Not directly, like God doesn't like bring down His hand and give you money. Like He doesn't do that.
Yeah.
You have to, just like
So-
I said, you have to use those resources to try to build yourself up to that.
Yep.
So, you want to say anything, or can I?
I'd say about when we're talking about how churches don't talk a lot about mental health. I'd say it's because like not a lot of like pastors, like, or just mainly people in church, don't know a lot about mental health.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like mental health is like something like you can see directly in the Bible, like how to deal with mental health health in
Yeah.
the Bible.
Yeah.
So like when they think about mental health, they just know, oh, it's something people go through, or something like not a lot of people go through, and like so they just think, oh, God can help you, because like if you pray, God can help you, because they don't know that much information about it.
Yeah, lack of information definitely killing a lot of people.
You know.
Yeah.
Just like the Bible says, people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yes, yes.
So,
Knowledge. Ooh.
Knowledge is power.
Wow. So you guys,
Biblical whiz over here.
yo, Johnny's like out here throwing out, a little some from the Bible. Okay, Johnny.
You gotta do,
Yes, sir. And I think that's such a great way to end off this episode, guys. Mental health, something definitely that should be definitely more talked about, especially in the church, especially some people's churches. Some people wish they had this type of support. If they had that type of support, maybe they will still be a Christian today and stuff like that, right? And we can always talk about how people leave the church. That's probably just like another episode for the future,
probably.
right?
Yeah.
So
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yes,
We have
yes,
we
sir.
have a lot coming for you
Episode
guys.
3 was wow. We did a good job today. I mean,
know.
yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
good episode. I
Yeah,
love this
that was-
episode.
Yeah.
Episode is
So
very fun.
next episode 4 is family.
Yes, sir.
Okay, family. Jonathan is going to be leading that one.
Yes, sir. So stay tuned for that. I'm
Yes.
gonna be with a whole set of new members.
Yeah, more
And
people.
a whole set of Bible verses as well.
Yeah.
So you guys stay tuned. That episode's gonna be so good.
Johnny's
I'm so
going to be
excited
throwing
for
more
that
Bible knowledge. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for listening to today's episode. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We might be starting TikTok soon, so stay tuned for that. SoundCloud, Full of the Word Youth. And then on YouTube, we are Full of the Word Youth Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe with your friends, share with your family, share with other people. Maybe you might inspire somebody to
Make sure you
maybe
share
I'm
the
gonna,
word.
maybe like I'm gonna open my Bible today and let me do a little prayer real quick, Yeah. And thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
We out.
Bye, y'all.
Music licensing reimagined.